Hi, YEOs and Rotarians around the world. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to host this breakout session of the virtual YEO convention. My name is Kevin Kuo. I'm the RYE chair of District 3481 in Taipei, Taiwan. Now, I know we should have been sitting together face-to-face in a large conference room. However, we are still under the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic. So here I am, I'm sitting in my home and speaking to you. So let's switch to the presentation and start our today's session. Okay, today we are going to talk about some of the efforts we have done since last year to promote the RYE program. As you know, the youth exchange program has been suspended since last year, year 2020-21. And just about 3 months ago, we learned that it will be suspended for another year until end of June next year, which is 2022. So we have to think what would happen or even worry about what would happen when the program resumes. Because we need to maintain the awareness of the program among our community, meaning our clubs, our schools, our students, etc. need to keep the momentum going. Yeah, so when the program resumes, people won't forget about us, right? And so the main theme of our promotion so far has been making cultural exchange part of our culture. Now, I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but let me explain. Because during my years as YEO, I have talked to many inbound students. Usually we talk about why they want to become an exchange student. And it's interesting to find out that for them to learn, to understand people from another culture, another race, another continent, it's very natural to them. They think this should be part of their growing up, regardless if they come from a big international city or a small countryside town. If they will study or work or live in another country in the future, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this kind of culture exchange experience should be a part of their life. Yeah. However, here in Taiwan, sometimes some students or their parents will ask us that why waste a year to do the exchange? Yeah, if they may have an opportunity to study abroad in the near future, because for them to spend a year in this long-term exchange is like to take away a year of school education. And we are from in Taiwan, from Asia. You know how important most of the parents, they look at their education, school education. So the loss of school time, it means a lot to them. So to help them to understand the difference between study abroad and to do our Rotary Youth Exchange has been our major task. And so let's look at the video first.
完蛋了，我时间不多了，我想要留在这里。这个交换计划我不想要那么快结束。 爸爸妈妈不是扶轮社舍友，所以我是学校推荐出去的，就跟爸妈说，我当然要出去看看不同世界。我认识了非常多来自不同国家的交换学生，然后还有德国当地的同学啊，或是家人啊，就是有这些人脉。大家好像对就是交换学生就是你像一家人一样。
Me gusta todo gentes en mi vida， 这代表说我喜欢我任何一个人在我的生活中。我把自己当作是墨西哥人，去整个人融入整个墨西哥的生活，如何和朋友沟通啊，去交朋友啊，和家人的相处方式，其实都跟台湾的家人相处的方式完全不一样。主委突然来我们家说，地区年会可不可以请你代表我们地区去组？然后我就想说，在500多人面前去发表，我会觉得说太紧张了。在听朋友的意见之后，会觉得说这也是一个给自己的一个机会，让大家知道，身为台湾人也是有一个能力去做发表，在语言上、台风上任何一件事不会输给国外。这个 Viva Mexico， 这是墨西哥万岁的意思。
Ich komme aus Taiwan.
Estoy de Taiwan. Jeg kommer fra Taiwan.Jeg
ist dort, ich komme von Taiwan.
Und ich bin stolz.
And I'm proud of it.
Yes, I'm Duna.
And I'm very proud that I'm part of this country.
Ich komme aus Taiwan. Ich bin stolz auf mich.
Ich 来自台湾，我感到骄傲。
Okay, I think for us YEOs, we wouldn't be surprised from this video to see our rebound students. They grow up, they become mature, independent, and after the exchange, they have another family, they have friends around all over the world. So it has been life-changing, wonderful experience for them. So it's always like that. We should have more than applications than we can handle, right? However, I think the fact or the numbers might tell us otherwise. So let's okay. Let's before we start to look at the numbers, let me give you a little bit background story. That our program, we started in 1997 from the time we were in District 3480, and in 2017 to 18, we split into District 3481 and 82. However, we still work together as a team. So the number you see here are combined. And let's focus on the orange line. It represents the number of long-term outbound students. And you can see that the number actually peaked at the year 15-16 at 66. And start from there, it started to gradually decrease. And in 2018-19, we started to see some more dramatic drop until 51, and then all the way down to 39 in the year of 2020 to 21. And that was before. That's about 40% drop from the peak, and that was before the COVID outbreak. So COVID actually had nothing to do with the drop that year, and of course we all know that the 39 students never go out for exchange because of the suspension. So that actually explains why for the past few years, we had to, it's painful for us to turn down some inbound applications from many of our very close partner districts around the world. Yeah, because we simply did not have enough outbound students to exchange with. So, so we have done a lot of discussions among our RYEOs, and during the discussions, we have concluded there are two main challenges we're facing right now. The first one is that our low birth rate, or should I say, extremely low birth rate, because a recent study survey shows that for Taiwan in this year 2021, we may have the lowest birth rate in the world. I mean, among the over 200 countries around the world, we are the lowest. So we simply do not have enough teenagers between the age 15 to 18 anymore. And the other challenge is that in Taiwan, compared to 10, 20 years ago, right now the students, they have more options to study abroad. The students, now they can finish high school here and then apply for university to study abroad. Or of course, most of them remain here for university. However, they can still do a semester or even a year of exchange during their 4-year college years. And so before, the exchange program was like a hot product. It's instantly sold out, once people hear about it. However, right now, it's different now. It's time for us to reach out to our community to promote our program. Yeah, we need to tell them that the difference between the studying abroad and to do a Rotary Youth exchange. And yes, and of course, why every teenager should take this opportunity to become an exchange student if they have the chance. And other than the video clips we made, the other major promotion effort we did last year was to hold a promotion seminar last September, and we invited many students and their parents who are interested in our program to come to the seminar. We introduce students, answer their questions, and in the beginning, we have our rebound students to carry the flags of the country they went for the exchange, and to enter the conference room. And that day, there were over 25 rebound students showing up and representing 13 countries, including countries from North to South America, many European countries, and also Australia and New Zealand. And I have to say that for people who were not familiar with our program, it was quite an impressive sight to see. And okay, and the first part of our seminar, we invited a panel of rebound students to talk about their exchange and how the experience has influenced their lives so far. And let's start from the lady on the right. Her name is P.T. Chu. She went to Brazil in the year 2006 to 2007, and she's now a anchor person of a major news TV news channel here in Taiwan, and she told them that how the exchange experience actually won her the opportunity to go to Brazil to cover the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio. And also the young man in the middle, his name is Daniel. He went to Switzerland in the year 2011 to 12. He's now working for a Danish wind power company in Taiwan and developing very large, infrastructure projects here. And he shared with the audience that his living experience in Switzerland has helped him tremendously in getting along with many of his colleagues from many different European countries. And also the girl on the left, her name is Ashley. She went to Italy in 2017 to 18. And she told the audience that the exchange experience, not just making her more independent, also helping her to understand our Rotary spirits to bring peace and better lives to the world. So right now she's still studying in university. However, she has been involved in many volunteering projects in Taiwan, also in some nearby Asian countries. And after that, we also invited a panel of host parents to talk about their experience in hosting inbound students. And we can start. Of course, they talked about many sweet memories, but also some bitter sometimes. However, after the exchange, they have all been keeping a very close relationship with their inbound students. So let's start from the gentleman in white polo shirt. His name is Nate. And before we learn about Nate, let's hear what his daughter from Italy had to say about her experience in Nate's family.
Hi everybody, I'm Diletta and I'm from Italy. I was in Taiwan in 2016-2017 and I was with Nate, Stella and my sisters. I can say that they are my best memory of Taiwan. If I think of Taiwan, then I'm gonna think first of Nate and Stella and my wonderful sisters. When I was at their house, I felt home. I was 9,663 kilometers far from home, from Italy, but with them, I felt home. I guess this is the most precious feeling that every exchange student should feel. I remember having dinner together, laughing together, and I hope one day we will meet again and have a chance to have a dinner together. Here in Italy, I always say to my friends that I have a family in Taiwan, and this I guess is a big gift. Thank you so much for hosting me. I really miss you and my life in Taiwan. Ciao, grazie.
Okay, so Nate, he has 3 daughters. They were all exchange students, and so during his during those years, he has hosted more than 10 inbound students. So he has developed a successful formula in hosting them, helping them to adapt a new life here with a new family life, and so he has also become a great mentor to many of our first-time host family. And then let's turn to the gentleman with the microphone. When I took this photo, he was in the middle of sharing with the audience that how excited he was when he learned that his Canadian daughter, Kaden, she called him right away when she found out she was accepted by the Harvard University. So I guess it's not a surprise that he's that's excited, right? So I think when hosting inbound students, of course there are always especially in the beginning, there are always culture difference, culture shocks, and there had to be some conflicts. But we as parents, we also fight with our own children sometimes. However, we are still families after that, right? So it's the same with the inbound students. As long as we treat them as our family, like our own children, they will know. And so after the exchange, very often we can develop a lifelong loving relationship. Actually, a couple of years ago, I attended a wedding in Taipei of a rebound student. Her host parents from the United States actually flew all the way to Taipei just for the wedding. Yeah, how loving is that, right? So so the idea that day we tried to pass on to the audience was that there's a huge difference between our exchange program and just to send your kids away to study abroad, because not every student can go to exchange, or we are too old for exchange. However, by bringing in the inbound students to our community, to our clubs, with to get to interact with Rotarians, or to our families, to our schools, to interact with our students, our teachers, and we're making all of these people, part of the involved in the exchange program. So we are all getting the benefit of this cultural exchange experience. So that day, we had a very great over 2 hours of discussion, and there were more than 150 potential students and families showing up. And so hopefully we will see more applications later this year. But of course, we have to make sure we have beaten COVID-19. So everybody, please get your vaccine if you had a chance. And other than the seminar, outside there was also a country fair organized by our Rotex. They show their flags, their jackets, their souvenirs, and also introduce the students and parents about their lives, their experience, and their lives in their families, their schools, everything, answering their questions. So, okay, where do we go from here? I mean, what's next? What's our goal and actions? I think we need to fill the gap. We need to bring back the 20-something lost students. In order to do that, we need to have a closer partnership with our Rotex, our Interacts, our Rotaracs. We want to learn, hear more from our younger generation, or we can also maybe put them in charge, and because they can help us to understand what the teenagers, of their age, what they think. Also help us to communicate with them. And yeah, to communicate, I think after COVID, and we have all endured some kind of quarantine. So we are from now on, I think we're living in a different age now. Yeah, where it's not that easy that we do all these traditional face-to-face meetings, seminars anymore. We will rely more on contents communication. So we need to produce more contents, and so the seminar we recorded most of the the seminar in video, and so we will edit that in different short clips, and then we will show them across our social media platforms like our YouTube channel, our Facebook fan page, Instagram, etc. And in order to do that, we need to bring in more diversified talents, because we need people who are familiar with the media, with marketing. So we plan to reach out to more Rotarians who are familiar with these fields, to invite them in as to in our RYE team, or yeah, or maybe we can outsource to outside professionals. Yeah. So yeah, to wrap up today's session, I think that's I think it's hard to predict that what the program will be after COVID, after the program resumes. Many people have told me that we will see a V-shaped rebound, meaning that because many students could not go out for 2 years, now when it's back, there will be explosive growth. Yeah, so well, even that happens, even if it's true, still what happens after that? So we need to do what we plan to do, like what I just said, and we need to be prepared for the longer future. And okay, to end today's session, I'd like to use this photo of 3 Rotex. It's a photo I took last year after a dinner I had with them. On the left, you've seen Henry from the earlier video clips. And on the left is Jerry. He was our Rotex president in the year 2017-18. We went to France for long term, and then Poland for short term. And then I'd like to focus on the girl in the middle. Her name is Sophie. She grew up in a bilingual family. She has a British father and a Taiwanese mother. So she's never, strange to international life. However, that never stopped her from wanting to become a Rotary Youth Exchange student. So she joined in 2015 to Spain, because to her, it's really the living experience in another culture by herself that was really what mattered. And now she's studying in the University of Amsterdam and major in psychology. So yeah, I'm sure she will succeed, yeah, great in the future. So yeah, thanks again today for having me this opportunity to host this breakout session. And I hope we can all work together to make sure when the program resumes, it will be as strong, as prosperous as before, as ever. and we make sure that more and more teenagers will get the opportunity to go out to see the world. And again, this is Kevin Kuo, and you can find my contact details on this page as well. Feel free to contact me to share your comments, to exchange ideas, and let's work together. And I thank you for your time today. I hope the next time we see each other, we are really, face to face in the same room, and we discuss, and then we have a drink. After the session, we have dinner and do things together. And thank you very much. Bye bye.